Sorry.
Hello, nice to see you guys. Okay, so first, let's start with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Okay, welcome back again in Tadabbur English with Lila tonight. So everyone, if you guys notice that I already shared the verse that we will be discussing or talking tonight. So we'll be talking about this famous verse from the Quran, which is Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 255, the famous Ayatul Kursi. So I believe you guys already familiar, already memorized this special verse. So okay, so now without further ado, as usual, I will recite this ayah for you, and then we will read together the English translation. Okay, so you guys might want to check the picture as sent earlier in the Tadabbur channel, so you guys can we can read together. Okay. Okay, so now I will start to recite these verses. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم. لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه. يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم. ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض. ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of all existence. Neither drowsiness overtakes Him, nor sleep. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission? He knows what is presently before them and what will be after them, and they encompass not a thing of His knowledge except of what He wills. His Kursi extends over the heavens and the earth, and their preservation tires Him not. And He is the Most High, the Most Great. Okay, Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. That was the Ayatul Kursi. So okay. Lila. Oh, Lila is already joining. Hello, Lila.
Hello, Assalamu'alaikum
Hello.
warahmatullahi
Okay. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so oh yeah, so you guys can also check the PowerPoint or the slides from Lila, I guess. Yeah, Lila also shared links in Tadabbur channel, so maybe you guys want to check it from yourself as well. Okay, Lila, you ready?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Mana
So
share screen?
now we will proceed with Lila. Lila, time is yours.
Oh, sharing the screen. Here is the PowerPoint. Okay, does my voice clear?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, the slides is shown over there on the screen.
Yes,
Okay.
I can see here.
Okay, cool. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Masya Allah. Alhamdulillah that we meet again today in tabs, Tadabbur in English. Well, actually, it's not Tadabbur like a serious one because I'm only resharing about what I've learned from Ustad Noman Ali Khan, from his recordings and videos on the Bayina TV. You all could see on the Bayina subscription as well for the Tadabbur for all surah actually in Al-Quran. The meanings, the tafsir, there are so many lessons learned that we could apply in our life. Okay, so in this session, we're gonna talk about Ayatul Kursi. This is the most well-known ayat because we already recited when we're on the state of afraid or scared, or we want to seek protection. And if we want to be protected from the jinn and shaitan, or any special occasion, that we always recite the Ayatul Kursi. So as you seen on the screen, the ayah well actually one sorry it's actually one ayah, but it consists of 9 or 10 sentences. So in Al-Quran, there are differences. You know, some ayah is actually one sentence. Just like in Suratul Nas, if I'm not mistaken, or Al-Ikhlas. So it is actually more than one sentence, but more than one ayah, but it's equal to one sentence. So it's wrapped up into some ayahs. But in Ayatul Kursi, it's just one ayah, but it has 9 sentences, different sentences. Okay, so it's different with our language right now, right? Or in English or in Bahasa, one sentence means one meaning, and another sentence will mean another thing. But in Al-Quran, especially in Ayatul Kurs, it's just one ayah, but actually this is 9 or 10 sentences, a lot more sentences that talk about here. Okay, actually many sentences in one ayah, and let's take a look at the first sentence. Okay, ilah. Okay, now anyone knows what ilah means? If anyone knows or ever heard about ilah, or do you think this sounds like Allah, or sounds like what word? You can type on the chat or just on mic. I think everyone's listening in the listening mode.
Okay, everyone, anyone know the ilah
No.
means?
The one we default to.
The one we default to. Wow, that's interesting. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. And sometimes we look at the name of Allah as it's a root from ilah, but it's quite different. So ilah, just like who talked earlier. Okay, just like she said before, that someone we devote to, someone we worship, and this ilah is actually an object. Okay, something that we worship, and then we, as the worshipper, is called ma'bud, or someone who's doing the ibadah. A'bud, abada, it's a ibadah. So we're called ma'bud. Someone, sorry, I mean, the one who deserves to be worshipped, and we worship the object. That's the ma'bud. That's the God or worship. But ilah is something more than ma'bud. So ilah is actually infinitive when we're talking in English terms. That means that nothing should be worshipped other than Allah. So ma'bud could be a stone or suns, or many things that the society just worship on, money, wealth. But ilah is something that you really truly dedicated for. So not other than Allah, it's not an ilah. They're just ma'bud. They just deserve to be worshipped by some people, but not the ilah. Okay. Let's take a look at more terms in ilah. So ilah also means finding peace and contentment in someone when we're sad and we're having difficulties, or when we're desperate, and then we're trying to find like comfort in someone. Then we're going to that person, talk about our problems and blah 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 and cry over and like our friends or our best friends, we go to them to seek for comfort because we're in trouble or we're overwhelmed or sad. But in this term, it's said that we won't find the peace in someone else, in anyone else, because the one who could give us the peace is only Allah. So there's no one else in this world or no other object could give us peace and contentment whenever we're being sad or desperate or we're having difficulties, because Allah is the only companion to us. Allah is the one who we can be amazed of. I mean, the logic is that Allah has our heart. Allah knows what's going on into our heart. However, we talk about our problems to our friends, to our parents. They didn't get the details. They didn't get the feelings perfectly. They only knows the big picture, and then they heard about our problems or our stories, and they kind of assume, oh, maybe you feel like this, and then they kind of give a solution. But the one who's really knows what's going on is only us and Allah. So that's why there's no one else who could give us comfort and peace and solve our problem other than Allah. Allah is the best who can solve our problem, of course, because He knows everything. We don't even need to tell or speak or try to articulate our stories. He already knew. So that's ilah. And then from this term of ilah, there comes waliha. Waliha means we're being desperately in love. Like we're so in love into something. We have an intense love for someone or something that we're so overwhelmed because of it. Okay, let's take a look at the concept of love. There are steps of love. The lowest and then up until the highest. The lowest is just attraction. You're being attracted to a boy, maybe, but just because he is handsome or maybe some qualities on him, but it's just an attraction. Only attracted. That's the lowest one. And then stepping up into higher levels, there are like 10 levels. Like the ninth or the highest one or the highest level of love is crazily in love. But this craziness is actually damaging us. It's dangerous because of this craziness, we wander around endlessly. We're being a slave, not a slave into it, but we are harming ourselves. We're harming ourselves because we're so in love and we're crazily in love. And craziness, like you're not being sane, not using your brain, cannot think logically anymore. So it's actually harmful. It's dangerous. The highest level of the love is harmful. But just a step below, before the crazy, that there is waliha or that ilah. It is the best form of love. This is the best level of love because it fulfills you and it makes you feel you're enough. Just having Allah is enough for us. Okay, I don't need friends, I don't need anyone else, I don't need everything in this world as long as I have Allah. That's the best of love. That's waliha or ilah. So we are actually trying to train ourselves into loving Allah until the highest level or the waliha level, to love Allah in that best form. Fulfill me means that Allah, with Allah presence Himself, He could fulfill whatever I need in whatever condition that I have. And by just having Allah, that's enough. I don't need anything else. I don't need anyone else. I just need Allah. So that's the waliha. And if you're looking at the Ayatul Kursi, it's always started with la, la. In the sentence, it's always, the prefix over there in the sentences. It's as if it's telling us that this is 9 things that you need to know about Allah. First, Allah is blah, 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 blah. Second, Allah is blah, 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 blah. So the sentence actually talking about Allah. This is what you have to know about Allah. The Ayatul Kursi is about the informations that we need to know about Him. So Allah here is become the subject. And if we're looking at the sentence, the ayah, Allahu la ilaha illa. So Allah being mentioned first, become the subject, and then la ta'khuzuhu, and then another who on the sentence. So who means he. This is a pronoun to replace the name of Allah, but it's the same thing. So it's mention again. Allah is mentioned again and mentioned again, referring to the subject. So one subject, but there are a lot of repeating the pronouns. It means that the ayah actually talking about who is Allah, what's the information of Allah that we need to know. And He is, and He is, and He is, and He is Allah. Alright? Now, what does we need to know about Allah actually? Okay, He's our Lord, our Creator, and then we should worship, and that's it? No, actually, Allahu la ilaha illa wal hayyul qayyum. So, hayy and qayyum. There are 2 names over here, hayy and qayyum. Hayy or hayat, in Bahasa hayat is life. Hayati and haya, that means life. So al-hayy means the living. It's an absolute living. So it's a living object. Allah is not like a dead object. No, it's not a materials, no. But Allah is a living. So an absolute living. It's not a machine. It's not some kind of a consciousness. If we're watching movies, And even the idols in Quraysh, in the era of Muhammad, in Jahiliyyah, they believe the idols and the stones over there, they have souls in it. There are souls inside the idols. They believe that the idols is alive because there are souls in it. So this is just only logical because we will worship something alive, right? Not something dead. So al here means perfect or complete or absolute, and other than this is not on the adjective. It's not having the the characteristic of the Hayy and the Qayyum. You see the Al-Hayy, Al-Qayyum. So the Al over here means that it's perfect and a complete living, absolute living. And anything else, just not the same as this. Anything else is dead. Even we will experience death, but Allah never die and always living, you know. So it's perfectly living. And looking at the Al-Qayyum, the Qayyum, Qayyi means, or can you, Qawam, that's why the men called Qawam, Rijal is Qawam, because they are maintaining, the maintainer. So just because someone or something is alive, it doesn't mean that they maintain our life, right? Maybe our parents, they're alive, but some parents didn't maintain or they didn't take care of the children, right? But Allah is alive and maintain us and take care of us, take care of our life. So Allah is living and caring. The names is the characteristic. So Allah care about us whether we ask for help or not. When we want something from other people, we should ask them, hey, can I borrow this? Hey, can you take care of me? Hey, can you do this for me? We should ask. And even if we ask, sometimes people just say no. Sorry, I can't. And then like we need a full effort to ask from other people. But to Allah, we don't even need to ask. Repeatedly, we need food, we need a good living, we need to go to the university, we need to be alive, we need to breathe. Everything is actually some kind of we're being taken care of, because this is not free. I mean, the eyes that we can see things, the eyes, it's not a free thing, it's not a free lunch. This is something that is given or borrowed. Allah give it to us because Allah take care of us. Allah wants us to stay alive, so we're still given the breath, the oxygen and stuff. Even if we don't ask of it. If we need to ask Allah for everything that we require to stay alive, then it's gonna be a lot, a whole lot. Okay, the next one is Qayyum. So Qayyum means the maintainer. And the characteristic of the maintaining or taking care, someone taking care of us, means that he repeatedly maintained. There is no one single second that he didn't maintain us. He didn't take care of us. And, it's individually. Allah take care of me all the time. Allah take care of you all the time, without pause, without any breaks. Allah didn't take a break. So maintaining all the time. And then we didn't ask. For it, but we get the care. Okay, and this type of maintaining is unusual, and no creation can do this. No one else can take care of us just like how Allah take care of us. No one. Even when we thought that our parents or our spouse, they're so kind, they're so good, and they take care of me, they give me food, they give me belongings, they blah, 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 blah. But no. It's not the same with how Allah gives us the maintenance of maintenance. I'm sorry. Okay, and then Allah planned everything, actually. Allah already written on the Lawul Mahfuz about our nasib and our fate, and it's already planned long time ago, our life, from our birth until our death. So sometimes we overlook everything constantly, but Allah is actually standing actively. When we're taking care of something, or in an exam, and then the one who's looking out for the checking out the what does it mean? Uh, Even the teacher will look at you actively standing and then looking at you guys doing the exam, whether you can do this or not, or can you do you have any difficulties? But he's standing actively. He's not laying around, or he's not sitting passively. So Allah maintain us actively, really actively. He's not sitting, or he's not doing something else, but as if that he's standing and caring for us, take care of us. And you could think about the security guard. So security guard, they have shift, right? In the night shift or day shift. And the security guard always looking at the possible threat external and internally. So Allah is like our security guard, because consistently, in the past, in the place of the guard station, and then you consistently looking at the who's gonna be intruding, or who's coming into the complexing house, and then they kind of look at maybe this possible threat. So they consistently at that shift doing the guard. So Allah is actually, wow, the greatest maintainer. And then the next sentence is sinatu wala naum, right? Sina here and naum. This is the character of Allah as well. Allah is never asleep and never get tired, never snaps, and never fall asleep. That's the character over here. Sina is actually kind of sleeping, so it's Sina, not Zina, right? Okay, it's with S, with sin. Yeah, kind of sleeping, but not truly sleeping. So sometimes when you're exhausted, you're waiting on something, or it's already late in the midnight, and then you're kind of, okay, I'm gonna sit a little bit, and then you just like snap in 1 or 2 seconds. Oh my God, fall asleep. And then you awake again. Ah, I lost it. That's Sina. So you're kind of out of consciousness, but that's a really short period of time. And in this Ayatul Kursi, it says that Allah never out of consciousness, even in the slightest shortest period of time, never being exhausted, never being tired, even in that short time. And Naum is a deep sleep. It's totally sleeping. You snore, maybe you're having a dream, and then like everyone's doing this riot near you, but you cannot hear them because you're totally in a deep sleep. That's Naum. Naum is a deep sleep. So, well, we could see that Allah is maintaining the seen and unseen, right? So Allah doesn't maintain only us, but everything in this world, or in the afterworld, or in the paradise in Jannah, Allah maintains them. Even the shayateen, it's all maintained by Allah, the one that we cannot see physically, and the unseen, right? And then these names of Allah, that it's stated that it's really different with us. We need sleep. Even if we force ourselves, we will fall asleep. That short of time, that's we are so tired, we will fall asleep. But Allah will never. So only Allah that never sleep, never have the slightest overslept. But something else or someone else, human, even maybe shayateen, or anything that unseen, everything else will fall asleep, will have this character. Okay, and then al-hayy also means life support. If you go to the hospital and then there is these medications and what is it, the oxygen or that is supplies, and some people stays there because of the life support, because of the technologies and all the machines over there that keeps pumping on the heart for the person who's ill, and they still alive because of those life support machine. But uh, but al-hayy means that analogically it's the same as the life support. If we are not being maintained by Allah, then we won't we will be disconnected from the life support, right? And then we're dead, and then we're done. So Allah kept into taking care of us, into supporting our life all the time in each second of our life, so that we could stay alive. Okay? So it's a constant caretaking. It's not an automatic one, because even in the hospital you should exchange the oxygen and exchange the liquids over there. It's not automatically. You have to set up and build the machines over there. Even Allah also constantly caretaking us. That's why Allah is actually the reason why we're alive. If Allah didn't take care of us, then we're not going to be alive. So Allah maintaining us constantly. And there are two dimensions over here, the close relationship and the distance relationship. We see that the al-hayy, al-qayyum, sinatu, al-naum, sometimes it sounds like a double or two dimension over there. It means that Allah is really close to us, but also far. Allah is close to me, but also Allah is far from me. Close means we can talk everything about our life, about everything to Allah. We could pray, we perform salah, we cry, istighfar, we do many things, and we talk to Allah as if Allah is here, close to us. It's as if Allah is our best friend. We're crying and then say like, Ya Allah, my life is so miserable, but I know because of you, I will be able to overcome this. Ya Allah, please help me. And we felt like we're best friends. Ya Allah, I had this experience in my school today, blah blah blah, and then we talk about it, even though Allah already knew, but we felt like Allah is our best friend because Allah is close to us. But the thing is, it could be a problem if we just think of Allah as best friend only. That will make us being so casual toward Him, too friendly, so there is no authority. Like when you're talking to your friends, you're just like mocking around and no hurt feeling. And when your friend said, "Hey, please do a favor for me," and it's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that," and it's like it's so casual, and that's why the next dimension is that Allah is far from me. It's because of the authority that Allah has. Yes, Allah is our best friend, but He is also the king. The king means that he has authority. If we're gonna meet a president or the CEO or the king, are we gonna say like, "Hey, yo, king, what's up, yo?" And like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna have a casual talk to him. We're gonna be so serious in a formal language, very much, because he has the authority. He has the respect. Okay, but if we're like we saw Allah as the one who is the one who authorized everything is just like too high, like too far, then we kind of not feeling like Allah is a friend, right? We will be so scared of the punishment, and then we lose hope because too much authority. So this should be balanced. We also presume that Allah is our best friend, close to us, will understand everything and will solve our problems, will help us, will be there anytime we need him. But also Allah is the king, the one that we should respect. We need to respect him. We need to pray and worship him because we are the slave and he is the king. And this should be balanced. He is someone who's loving us, taking care of us, taking care of everyone, just like everyone's best friends. But he is also the one who owns everything, who owns the earth, who owns everything in it, who has the authority to give the rewards and punishment to us. So that's the next sentence, that Allah owns everything means art. Why does it called art? Art really particularly specifically talk about the earth. It's not outside the earth. In Ayatul Kursi, it said and everything on earth brought they brought life. They could be living creatures because of Allah's special love, like nowhere else. So you may say that in Jupiter or Mars or any planets, they are not given the same love as Earth's given. The Earth or the art were given special love from Allah so that what's in it could be alive. Okay, that's why the other planets not highlighted. And then this will be related to the next life, to the hereafter, that there will be time where everyone will realize that their doubt get into the reality. The mushrikin, the non-Muslim, in Yawmul Mahsyar, after death, in Alam Barzakh, maybe in Yawmul Mizan, maybe they realize that, oh no, so Islam is true. And they regret, but it's too late. And everyone will experience death. That's why we can't be al-hayy. And from there, we need shafa'ah. Shafa'ah is something that we get from someone else, or what's called like privilege. Yes. And there's no one else, and on the hereafter, no one, like any human, dare to speak because everything is open at that time. Well, I guess the next thing about the Shafa'at is quite a long one. We could continue next time, I guess, Dila. I'm afraid it's gonna be a too long session.
Oh,
We
okay.
keep on continuing.
Yeah, like one big topic alone, yeah, for the Shafa'at.
Yes. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. I'm so sorry for my English that I'm not not really good at it, and if there is anything that wrong or incorrect information that I explained to you guys, you could tell me or tell in the group and share us or your insights.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
we're very
Okay.
open, yeah. We're very open to any of your
Yeah.
suggestions.
Sure.
Yeah, because we're learning over here together. Okay.